Okay, today is the last day that we are doing Explorers. There are 3 chapters as normal, plus there's also an epilogue, which is what happens, like kind of like a little bit of like a look into the future. So I didn't take pictures of that, but I did do a recording of me reading that out loud to you. So if you'd like to see what the epilogue's about, then you can look at the reading. So, as usual, this is all in the ELA folder. Okay. So we go into ELA, okay? And then you go to folders and then click on Explorers. Okay, and I haven't put this up yet because I'm making this early. I guess I can kind of do it. Anyway, whatever, I'll do it later. But they're here. So these are the ones that were from last week, and then you're going to see May 12th, and then there's going to be 3 different recordings. Same thing, it's going to be Explorers. So like the one that says Explorers is the readings. So this is where I have made, actually, I'll just show you the one. Yeah, okay. Where is it? Okay, so it's this. So this is what you will get. It is... okay. So it is Waiting for Dawn. For this chapter, this is the longest of the chapters, which still isn't even really that long. You can use any reading comprehension strategy of your choice. And then for Flight Home, same thing. You can choose any strategy that you want. The only one that I ask you to actually do is a connection just for the last little bit, like the last chapter. So that's the reading. Of course, you can always listen to me as well if you would prefer to do that. And then for the work that you have to do, the vocabulary, same deal. An RA is where you do what's in red. Okay. So you're doing the meaning, full sentence, capital and period. You have to do that. You're in grade 6. You're almost going to junior high. Your teacher's going to be wondering what's up if you don't have capitals and periods in your sentences. Has to happen. So lucid, insolent, and what other word did I choose? Allied. Okay, those are the 3 for an RA. A CA would be you do more of them, and again with like quality of what you're showing. And then an E level would be that you've done all of them. And this week it's not very much. Like, yeah, it's way less. It's like half of what we had the first week. Again, but to get an E, it has to have like very strong usage in a sentence. So it's not just like a one line, like I don't know, 5 words. You'd have to say like, they clearly know that you understand what the word means. And then the comprehension strategies you just show here. Okay, so you just write in whatever. You should include for this, you can read the comments that I've written to you from last week, but it should be like a because, like you should have the word because in there and like what happened in the book. And then like that should be like a sentence. When this happened in the book, this reminds me of. An inference I made was this. A question that came to my mind was this. Because I'm wondering more about whatever it is. Okay? So I suggest that as you're reading through, like the way that it should work, like these are like called metacognitive strategies. So it means that it's like making more connections in your brain. So what you're reading isn't going like whoosh, because sometimes that can happen. So it's better to like have something like you read something, you're like, I have a question. And then you go to these little notes here and then you write it down right away. So you shouldn't read it all and then come back and do this. This should be happening while you're going. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. These are due on Tuesday. If you're someone who gets this done sooner, then that means we have a week leading into Eid. So we're not going to start anything new for reading. But if you're someone who finishes this early, then I had the idea that we could do little like readers theaters. It's going to be totally optional for anyone who wants to do that. It's a method to help improve your reading fluency. So if you really want to shoot for an E in reading fluency, then this will be like pretty much a guaranteed way to do that if you partake in a readers theater. Okay. So I'll be explaining that tomorrow, I think, because I don't want you guys to, the focus for today is just like doing this. And then if you finish this, you have the whole week. But the other thing to keep working on is your visual poetry, which is due on Sunday. So hopefully it shouldn't be that much because you've already come up with what the words are, or the saying from the song, and then you're just like making a creation of it in some kind of like visual way that we can put into our class memory book. And the other thing I had to say was those codes for Attic, those Attic books. Okay. Now, funny enough that when I do this, mine doesn't actually work because I got a thing that said invalid. So, but Mr. Scott gave me some great tips for what he was able to figure out. So when you go into, let me just see here, I just have to dig up my notes from what Mr. Scott has helped me with. Okay, so, so there's two parts. There's a library, and then there's also a section where you have to actually add the codes. So, called voucher management. So where there's a drop down that says library, that's once you already have the codes already sorted, but you need to go into this other drop down that's called voucher management. And then that's how you plug in the other vouchers that I emailed to you. If you're not getting this, maybe come on the Zoom at 12 and then we can try to work through it a little bit of it then, because like I haven't even seen it. Or we can follow up with this on Wednesday, tomorrow, after our Zoom. Okay, so have fun with the reading and see you soon for, Zoom if you want to come for the groups at 12. If not, we have science lesson at 1 o'clock.